you're ready, we'll just come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. We'll just start with some breathing. Come here, chefs. I got a rug for you. Right here. Right here. Two spots for you. So find that nice tall spine, ground down through the sit bones. Let's bring the back of the hands to rest on the knees with the thumb and the second finger lightly touching. So the arms are gently straightened, not locked. Chin is slightly tucked, not rigid. Start to draw the belly in and up and lift through the heart. But soften through the face, the shoulders, and let each inhale through the nose help you to clear the mind. Take one more breath. Let this be the breath that clears all that space inside the head. See how long you can hold on to it. Let this be the exhale that helps you just let it all go. Now we'll do a little breath of fire. You can stay here. You can come onto the knees if you like. Just keep that nice long spine. We'll just snap the belly in and up as we exhale abruptly through the nose. Try to get all the air out every time. Let the inhale just kind of happen organically. See if you can pick up the pace a little bit. Ten more. 3. Inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, let it all go. Now we're going to roll back onto the back. Maybe you can get the toes to touch the ground by the head, behind the head. And we're going to roll forward and back a couple times. When you're ready, we're going to rock up to a deep yogic squat. Use your hands if you need to. And come to that deep yogic squat at the top of the mat. Starting to wake everything up here. Start to press the knees open. Draw the thumbs in towards the heart. Find a little more length in your spine. So don't miss one opportunity to let each breath be the one. The inhale that creates a little more length, a little more space, allowing your body to expand, and letting every exhale being the one that visibly softens your face, your shoulders, your mind. Now slowly stand up, keep your feet wide. Just find a little forward fold here. You can keep the knees bent. Let your head hang heavy. Now plant the right hand in between the big toes. Bend the right knee, peel the left arm up. If it's too much to keep the palm down, come up on the fingertips. Bend the right knee a little more. Roll that left shoulder back. And switch. Bend the left knee, plant the left fingertips, peel the right arm up. Do this a couple times with your own breath. Then just come back to that forward fold. Grab onto your elbows and start to move a little bit. Start to really ground into all four corners of the feet. And see how focused you can stay on just this breath. Come back to that deep yogic squat. And then we'll roll back onto the backs. Use your hands if you need to. Hug your knees into the chest. Oh, are you okay? Start to rock side to side across the spine a little bit here. Now see about bringing those toes to touch the ground behind the head again, and then just roll right back up to a seat, maybe a couple times if you like. Finding that comfortable seat at the top of the mat again. Inhale the arms up, squeeze the palms together, reach up. And now grab onto your elbows and reach the right elbow up high, rooting down into that right sit bone, softening anywhere you can. Let this inhale lengthen the whole right side, the back of the neck. With the exhale, let the shoulders soften down the back as your jaw softens. Slowly come back up. Reach the left elbow up, left sit bone presses down. Slowly come back up, lower your hands down by your sides. Now bring the right arm up. Just grab onto your right shoulder with your right hand. Then use your left hand to press that elbow back. Or maybe you reach around if you can grab onto your fingertips here. Otherwise, just gently press that elbow back with that left hand. Soften through your neck and your shoulders and your face. Rooting the sit bones down, drawing the belly in and up. Staying with this breath a little bit longer. Maybe your right fingertips walk a little further down your back. And release. Bring the left elbow up, grab that left shoulder, use the right hand to draw it back. Or reach around and grab those fingertips. And release. Hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Squeeze the palms together, lift high. Exhale, turn and twist to the right. We'll stay for 2 full breaths. Inhale, find some length. Let this inhale expand you. Hold on to it as long as you can. Exhale, soften, let it all go. 1 more. Inhale, come back through center, press the sit bones down, reach up. Exhale to the left. Let this inhale lengthen, expand your chest, clear your mind. Exhale, we soften and let it all go over and over again. So there's nothing left to let go of. Come back to center, squeeze the palms, reach up. And now hinge forward, let your head become heavy. Maybe the elbows come down to touch the earth. Maybe you want to bring your hands up, pressing those thumbs right into that space at the base of the skull, giving yourself a little massage here. Slowly come back up. We'll roll back onto the back, toes touch the ground behind the head, and we'll roll all the way back up to our deep yogic squat. Use your hands if you need to. Find that deep yogic squat and start to push the knees open. Press the hands together to press the knees apart. Interlace your fingers, release index, reach your arms forward. Look down, squeeze your head with your arms. Turn your toes forward, lift your booty. So your thighs are parallel to the ground, just like your back and your arms and the back of your neck. Pull the belly in. Now really feel this balance of grounding down into all 4 corners of both feet. As you press the sit bones back evenly, press the palms together and reach forward. Press into the feet, inhale, come all the way up. Find a little backward bend. Slowly come back to stillness in the center, reach up out of the waist and drop it over to the right. Just try to keep your arms straight and your palms glued. Press the feet down. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back up. Start to hinge at the hips and then bend the knees, drop the booty as low as the knees so everything's parallel to the ground again. And then fold forward, release your hands, release your head and your neck. Inhale, lift up halfway, hold on to it, find some length. Exhale, step back to plank. And ground down into all the fingers, all the knuckles evenly. Slowly lower the knees and then lower all the way down. Untuck the toes for 4 rolling baby cobras, using the hands to draw the heart forward, using the feet to lift yourself up, soften. Move with your breath. Maybe on the last one, you start to straighten into the arms or look up and reach up through the chin. Exhale, slowly lower down. Press back through child's pose. Settle in here. Soften through the face, the neck, the shoulders, and then slowly move the hands back, interlacing the fingers behind the sit bones. Maybe you can glue the palms together. And then start to reach the hands up towards the sky, softening with every breath. Release the arms, slowly walk them forward. And come on up to your hands and your knees. Get your nice tabletop set up. Find length in your spine. Curl the toes, lift the knees a couple inches, fire up the core, let your head hang down, and slowly find your way up to downward facing dog, finding length in the spine before you start to straighten into the legs. Maybe you want to pedal it out or sway the hips a little bit here. Inhale, lift the right leg up high. Come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, sink back into that left heel. Slowly walk your hands back to that left leg like standing splits. Let your head stay heavy. Level out the hips. So maybe you have to lower that right leg. You want to lift it as high as you can without turning that hip out to the side. But your inner thighs are basically almost touching here to keep your hips in line. Now slowly walk it back out like three-legged dog. Come up on your toes. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, crescent lunge. Press the right knee forward, draw the right hip back, reach up out of the waist. Keep the heart lifted, interlace the fingers back behind you. Maybe the palms glue together. Press the right knee forward as you lift the heart and look up. And now hinge forward, drop your head inside that knee. Keep pressing that knee forward. Relax your head and your neck. And then slowly turn over to the left, come into a wide leg forward fold. Turn your toes in towards each other. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Release your hands down to the ground. And just start to bend the right knee and just kind of sway your body to the right. Maybe you grab onto the elbows here. Try to find some fluid movement here, letting your head hang. Letting each breath be the one that brings a little more space into your mind, into your body. Sway over to the right, release your hands, turn all your toes to face the top of the mat. Shoot the right foot up and back, three-legged dog, bend the knee and open the hips. Head stays heavy. Sink into that left heel and twist. Slowly come back, downward facing dog, settling in here for a couple breaths. Press through the fingers and knuckles more. Inhale, lift the left foot up high. Come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, sink into the heel. Walk your hands back. Standing splits, head is heavy, hips are in line. Slowly walk it back out like three-legged dog. Come up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through, crescent lunge. Left knee is pressing forward. Heart is lifting up. Let this exhale be the one that visibly softens your face, your shoulders, your mind. Keep the heart lifted as you interlace the fingers back there. Find a little backward bend and then hinge forward. Press the left knee forward more. Keep drawing the right heel back. Head gets heavy. And come over to the right to find that wide leg forward fold. This time, keep your bind. Bend the right knee and kind of sway over to the right and to the left. Finding that fluid movement here. Come over to the left, release your hands, turn all your toes to face the top of the mat. Shoot the left foot up and back, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hips, try to stack them. Slowly come back, downward facing dog, and settle in here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, we're gonna come back like half splits. Draw the toes back towards the face. Inhale, we rise up. Press the right foot down, reach up out of the waist. Move with your breath. Next time you're up, we're gonna stay here for a couple of breaths. Press the right knee forward as you draw the right hip back and sink into those hips. Let that exhale soften your face, your mind. Lower the hands down, come into that half splits. We'll hold here for a couple of breaths. Drawing that right hip back in towards the socket, heart stays lifted. Slowly release, curl the left toes under, shoot the right foot up and back, three-legged dog. And slowly walk the hands all the way back to the left foot like half splits. Get the hips in line. Get the belly in and up out of the way. Slowly come to standing. Bring the right knee with you. Hug it in. Lift it as high as you can. And then kick that leg out as you bring the hands to the hips. Draw the toes back towards the face. Keep the heart lifting. Now slowly lower the right foot a couple feet in front of the left like pyramid pose. Get your hips facing forward, kick the left toes out to 45. And see if you could bring your hands into prayer behind your back or just press your fists together back there. See if you can open the heart a little bit, rolling the shoulders back. Ground down into all four corners of both feet as you hinge out over that leg. Gently lifting the quads, not locking the knees, just engaging the quads and finding that little lift. Maybe you can tuck the chin to the chest and place the forehead on the leg. One more breath. Let this be the one. Lower your hands down. Step your left foot forward. Find a powerful chair pose, dropping weight into your heels, reaching up out of the waist. Ground out into the feet. Stand up. Find that little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Interlace fingers. Try to straighten the arms, glue the palms, release the index finger, drop it over to the right. Try to squeeze your head, sink a little weight into the heels. Use your inhale to lengthen the whole left side of the body. Use your exhale to soften into that space. Pull that left arm up and over. One more breath. Slowly come back up. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, drop it to the left. Slowly come back up. Lower your hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Walk your hands forward, walk your feet back, plank pose. Find that nice long line of energy. Come forward on the toes, slowly lower through chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot reaches up high. Come up on the toes, exhale, knee to nose, step it through, right knee lowers down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, half splits, toes come back towards the nose. Move with your breath. Next time you're up, stay up. Sink into the hips a little more. Lower your hands to frame the foot. Find that half splits. Keep that heart lifted. Soften the face. Slowly lower the foot down. Curl the right toes. Shoot the left foot up. Three-legged dog. Come up on the toes. Sink back into the heel. Walk the hands back like standing splits. Head stays heavy. Hips stay in line. Root down into the right foot. Come to standing. Bring the left knee with you. Lift it up high. And then kick out. Bring the hands to the hips. Toes back towards the nose. And slowly lower that left foot a couple feet in front of the right. Kick the right toes out to 45. Get the hips facing forward. And bring those hands into prayer behind you if you can. Open the heart and hinge at the hips. Belly in and up out of the way. Maybe forehead touches the leg. Let this be the breath. See how long you can hold on to it. See if you can keep this one pointed focus on this very breath. Slowly lower the hands down, step the right foot forward, find that chair pose. Sit back in that chair just a little bit more. Stand up, find a backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward and the feet back, plank pose. Find this nice long line of energy. Roll to the outside of the left foot, stack the right foot or lift it up. Lift the hips a little higher. Slowly roll back through plank and roll to the outside of the right foot. Left arm peels up towards the sky. Slowly come back to plank and lower through chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Come up on the toes. Sink into the heel, walk the hands back. Standing splits, grab the back of the calf or the ankle, pull yourself in a little deeper, level those hips out. See how high you can lift that right leg without turning the hip out. See if you can let something go through the head, the neck, the face. Slowly come to standing, bring the right knee with you, lift it up high and then kick it out, bring the hands to the hips. This time point the toe and lift as high as you can. Find your breath. Now we're going to slowly bring the right foot back behind us, grabbing the right ankle with the wrist right on the ankle bone. Let your knees touch. Reach the left hand up and hinge forward, kicking up and back, drawing the shoulders into one line. Feel that left quad gently lifting up, not locking. Slowly come back up, lower the right foot down to meet the left. Bend the knees, sweep the arms back, find that chair pose. Sink in just a little bit more. Press into the feet, stand up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Shoot the right foot up like standing splits. Walk the hands forward like three-legged dog. Come up on the toes. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Step it through like crescent lunge. And step it forward into chair pose at the top. Sink into the heels. Bring your hands to your heart. Turn and twist to the right. Use a little leverage. Let this inhale lengthen the spine and the back of the neck. Exhale, soften into your twist. Slowly come back to center, reach up out of the waist, find a little backward bend, and then hinge at the hips, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Settle into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lifts the left foot up high, come up on the toes. Sink into the heel, walk the hands back. Standing splits, grab the back of the calf or the ankle. Pull yourself in, level the hips. Relax your head and your neck and your face. Release your grip, slowly come up, lift the left knee up high, and then kick out, pointing the toe this time, hands on the hips. Find your breath. Slowly bring that left foot back behind, grab the ankle from the inside, knees touch, right arm reaches up, hinge forward and kick up and back. Slowly come back up and release, find that chair pose, sink into the heels. Stand up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, swan dive. Shoot the left foot high like standing splits. Walk the hands forward like three-legged dog. Come up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, crescent lunge. Step right foot through, chair pose. So not really crescent lunge, huh? Right into chair. Sink into the heels, pull the belly in. Let this be the breath. Bring the hands to the heart, turn and twist to the left. Drop into the heels. Slowly come back to center, come on up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Now bring the right heel up into the center line of your body, cupping the toes with the left fingers. Bring your right hand to your heart. Or reach it around, trying to grab that big toe. Scoop the hips forward, let the knee fall back. Ground down into all four corners of the left foot and grow a little taller on the inhale. Grow a little softer on the exhale and make it all about this breath. Let this be the pose, let this be the breath that unlocks some of this tension, some of this energy we have stored in our body. Now we're gonna release the grip and we're just gonna slide the right foot down to the right knee and sit back in the chair, bringing the hands to the hips as we soften through that left ankle and left knee a little more. Now we're either gonna find a twist to the left, hooking the elbow on the bottom of the foot, or you can start to hinge forward. Keep softening through the left ankle and the left knee, through the face, the shoulders. Slowly come back to center, reach the arms up, lift the knee up. Cartwheel hands down, shoot the right foot high like standing splits. And lower the right foot down to meet the left. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. Now we're gonna hop the feet up to a deep yogic squat at the top of the mat. Shift your gaze, bend your knees. Find that deep yogic squat. Interlace your fingers, release your index, reach your arms forward, look down, squeeze your head, turn your toes forward, lift up so everything's parallel to the ground. Find a little more length, find a little more grounding through the feet. Stand up, find a backward bend, press the feet down, lift the heart up, soften the face, soften the shoulders. One more breath. Bring your hands to your heart. And hands down by your sides. Lift that left heel up into the center now. Cup those toes with the right fingers, left hand to the heart, or reach around. Scoop the hips forward. Soften and then root to rise here. Grounding through that whole right foot. Slowly slide that ankle down onto the knee, bring the hands to the heart and sink in. Once you feel balanced, maybe you find that twist or start to hinge forward. Keep softening the right ankle, the right knee, the jaw. Slowly come up, lift the knee high, reach the arms high. Cartwheel hands down, shoot the leg high like standing splits. Set the left foot down to meet the right. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale up onto the toes, ripple forward into plank. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Reach the right arm up, maybe lift the right foot up. Root down into the fingers and knuckles a little more, lift the hips a little higher. Roll through plank and roll onto the outside of the right foot. Lift the left arm up. Come to plank. Slowly lower through chaturanga or skip it and meet back in downward facing dog. Downward facing chip. Then we'll come down to a child's pose for a couple of breaths. Imagine inhaling through the nose into an imaginary balloon, filling all the space inside your head with this stillness. On the exhale, see if you can visibly soften. See if you can continue breathing into that imaginary balloon, filling all that space with stillness. But see if that same release you get on the exhale, you can find on the inhale as well, softening all the space inside of your mouth, your tongue, your eyes. When you're ready, come back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot lifts up high, come up on the toes. Sink into the heel, walk the hands back. Grab onto the back of the calf or the ankle, pull yourself in a little bit deeper. Walk the hands forward like three-legged dog, come up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Walk the right foot out to the right just a little bit. Maybe you lower down to the elbows here. Maybe you lower the left knee down. Let your head become heavy. Slowly come back up onto the hands, curl the left toes, lift the left knee. Now peel the right arm up towards the sky. Now roll to the outside edge of the left foot, sweep the right foot back, lift your hips a little higher, maybe the right leg lifts up too. Slowly come back to plank, lower through chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot lifts up high, come up on the toes, sink into the heel, walk it back. Find that half splits, maybe grabbing on, pulling yourself in a little deeper. Walk the hands forward, three-legged dog, come up on the toes, exhale, knee to nose. Walk the left foot out to the left and maybe lower down to the elbows. Maybe right knee lowers down too. Let this exhale soften all that tension in your face, in your neck, in your shoulders. And notice how on every inhale, you might invite some of that tension back into the face. And try not to. See if you can find that same softening on the inhale and the exhale. Curl the right toes, lift the right knee, plant the right hand, peel the left hand up, roll to the outside of the right foot, sweep the left foot back. Find your breath, find your strength. Come back to plank, lower through chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, right foot lifts up high, come up on the toes. Sink into the heel, walk the hands back one more time. Find that standing splits. Maybe grabbing onto the back of your calf or ankle one more time. Seeing if you can fold just a little bit deeper. And then we're gonna slowly come to standing. Bring the right knee with you again. Lift it up high, kick out, kick through the heel. Draw the toes towards the nose, bring the hands to the hips, and lift just a little bit higher. Slowly lower the right foot down, pyramid pose. Again, hips forward, left toes 45, hands into prayer behind your back. Ground down into the feet, lift through the heart as you hinge at the hips. Tucking the chin, maybe placing the forehead on the knee. Now lower your hands down to frame the foot. Leave the left hand down, peel the right arm up. Press down into the feet. Roll the right shoulder back. Try to get the spine parallel to the ground. See if this inhale can help you find any length. See if this exhale can help you find a little more softness. Then the last breath, see if you can soften on the inhale and lengthen. Lower the right hand down, step the left foot forward, find that chair pose. Ground down into the feet to lift up out of the waist, find a backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Walk the hands forward, walk the feet back, plank pose. Optional vinyasa or just meet back in downward facing dog. Settle in here. Inhale, lift the left foot, come up on the toes. Sink into the heel, walk the hands back. Maybe grabbing on for one more standing splits. Release your grip, slowly come up, lift the left knee up high as you can. Kick through the heel, toes back towards the face, hands on the hips. Lift a little higher. Step the left foot a couple feet in front of the right. Pyramid pose, hips forward. Hands in prayer. Open the heart. Press the feet down, pull the belly in. Lower the hands down, keep the right hand down, peel the left arm up. Press into the feet, gently lift the quads, lengthen the spine. Lower the left hand down, step the right foot forward, find that chair pose. Stand up, find a little backward bend. And then swan dive forward. Press the feet down, lengthen through the spine, empty all the air. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward and the feet back. Plank pose, optional vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Settle in here. Inhale, right foot lifts up high. Come up on the toes. Bring the right knee all the way to the right wrist for half pigeon pose. Wiggle the left toes back a little bit as you lower the left knee down. Bring the hands back with the hips and puff up the chest a little bit. And then start to walk forward. Keep the length in your spine. See if you can lower the forehead all the way down to the ground. And let this be the moment you've been waiting for. Let this be the breath that unlocks some of that tension in the hip. We're always kind of in this perpetual waiting. I think we always kind of think that at some point, like, life is going to fully begin or we're going to arrive. What if it's just a decision? What if we can just let this be the moment we've been waiting for? What if we can let this be the moment where we allow the breath to clear our mind? We just decide to let it all go. What if it's just that simple? We can just decide that we're not going to worry anymore about the things we can't control. We're just going to really try to focus on this breath. Letting go. All right, one more chance to let something else go. Let this be the breath. And then slowly come up and roll to the outside of the right hip. Sweep the left foot up and around, flat on the ground. Try to get the left glute down. Turn and twist to the left. Plant the left fingertips to lengthen. Reach the right hand up. Put the elbow outside the knee for leverage and twist your spine open. Let this inhale lengthen the spine. Let this exhale soften the face, the eyes, the shoulders. Let this be the breath. Let this be the pose that helps you decide that all that tension you're holding on to is not serving you. Let it go. Slowly, just your head turns. Gaze over your right shoulder and beyond. Deepen your twist a little bit. One more breath. Pushing the elbow into the knee. Soften through the shoulder. Slowly unwind through center. Find a little counter twist on the right. And slowly come back up. We'll unwind a little bit, cross the heels, plant the hands, either shoot it back, chaturanga, or just slowly make your way back to downward facing dog. Settle in here. Inhale, left foot lifts up high. Come up on the toes. Exhale, left knee, left wrist. Wiggle the right toes back, lower the right knee down. Hands back with the hips, puff up the chest. Keep the spine long as you walk forward. Let the forehead come to rest. And let this be the breath. One more chance. Slowly come back up. Roll to the outside of the left hip. Sweep the right foot up and around. Try to lower the right glute. Turn to the right. Plant the fingertips to lengthen. Reach the left hand up. Elbow outside knee. Twist your spine open. Draw that right shoulder back a little more. Gaze out over it. Inhale, lengthen. Let this inhale expand your body. Just your head turns to the left. Gaze over the left shoulder and beyond. Deepen the twist just a little bit. One more breath. And then slowly, gently unwind through center. Find that counter twist on the left. Slowly come back up. Bring your feet flat on the ground in front and come into a boat pose. And then we're gonna row the boat. Bring the hands, interlace the fingers to make one big fist and drop your hands over to the right and then over to the left. Keep kicking out through the balls of your feet and hugging both legs in towards center line. Keep the belly drawing in. Keep the face soft. One more time to each side. And then hug the knees in and roll back onto the back. We'll roll right back into a plow pose. See if you can get the toes to touch the ground behind the head back there. And then soften into it. Notice how your mind likes to make excuses like, oh, well, this can't be the breath because my throat's all crunched up. This can't be the pose because I hate this pose. Let this be the pose. Let this be the breath. Let this be the moment that you've been waiting for, where you invite that breath in just a little bit deeper. And you take this breath like it might be your last. And you just really savor it and enjoy it and let it do its magic. Let it clear your mind. Let it soften the tension from your face. Bring your hands to your low back, creating a shelf for your hips. Straighten your legs up towards the sky. Try to actually stack the hips over the shoulders. You might need to walk the hands up the back a little more, down towards the ground. So you can get your fingertips pointing up at the sky. Maybe you can get the elbows wrapped behind you just a little bit more. Squeeze the legs together. Lift the balls of the feet up a little higher. Come back into that plow pose and see if you can soften right in. Reach your hands back behind you, press down through your palms, and slow as you can go, roll out one vertebrae at a time. Maybe you want to pop up into a fish pose. Hug your knees into your chest. Now cross your ankles and grab onto the outside edges of your feet. Actually, cross your knees, yeah, and then grab the outside edges of your feet. Tuck your chin a little bit. If you want more, you can interlace your fingers in front of that left shin. I guess I didn't tell you which leg to put on top, so whichever shin's on top. Keep your knees crossed. Bring your arms out to a cactus and drop your knees over to the left if your right knee's on top. Gaze out over the right hand and let this be the breath. It clears the space. One more chance. Let something go here. Let it all go. What are you waiting for? What are you holding on to? Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Now cross your left knee over your right, or whichever one you didn't have crossed last time. And grab the outside edge of those feet. Tuck the chin a little bit. Release your grip, cactus the arms, shift the hips to the left and lower the knees to the right. One more chance. Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest one last time. And then let your legs go long on the mat. Spread your toes as wide, spread your feet as wide as the mat. Let your toes fall open. Soften through your face, your eyes, your mind. See if there's anything else you can let go of here. Inhale through the nose, filling all that space inside of your head with stillness. One more time, find that softening on the inhale and the exhale. Inhale through the nose, fill all that space in your head, and let that balloon come all the way down the body into the toes and fill all that space in your body with this prana, this life force. Inviting something deep within to awaken here. Inviting yourself to arrive at this present moment. Invite a little movement back into the fingers and into the toes. Inhale, arms up overhead, lengthen out, and slowly roll onto the right side. When you're ready, slowly press yourself back up to a seat. Inhale the arms up overhead, squeeze the palms together. Bring the hands down to the space above the eyebrows and then down to the heart. Let your head bow to the heart. Let this be the day that your head bows to the wisdom of your heart and that you don't miss one opportunity to let this be the breath. Bring the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste.